Ever since he was a kid, Huck has had encounters with entities and energies that, in his estimation, are not of this realm, at least is not as far as science is concerned. These past few years, especially around Androscoggin County, Maine, he's had several terrifying experiences of being stalked while taking walks late at night. Sometimes it's a sudden onset of primal fear and all-consuming paranoia, feeling like something is watching him from the woods and he needs to leave now. Other times, he can actually hear something following him or alongside him, just inside the tree line, whispering in a low, human-like tone as it moves in the woods, pacing him just out of view. Huck could swear that the footsteps are human, crunching on tree branches and leaves, but much, much larger and heavier than any human. And this thing can also hurl itself from treetop to treetop with such force that it actually knocks down trees, full trees, along its path. Now, think of how terrifying it would be to be followed by something that A, whispers as it walks in the trees beside you, even if you're running, B, can seemingly teleport back and forth from one side of the road to the other in seconds, C, is so big it knocks down trees as it jumps from top to top, and D is so evasive it does all of these things without being seen. And once, just once, Huck actually sees something he can only describe as a wendigo. Luckily, he's on his own front steps right next to the door of his house and not out in the woods somewhere. But as he's standing there having a smoke, he can feel the dark energy of this thing as it creeps closer to the edge of the woodline. Huck wants to run into the house, but he instinctively knows it's coming through the woods and is about to show itself to him. He doesn't know if it's curiosity or the power of the creature itself, but he is frozen in place while he waits for this thing to come out of the woods. Seconds feel like hours, but Huck finally sees movement, and what steps out of the woods is nothing shy of a horror show. Its head is really large with a face that's kind of sunken in. Where its eyes should be are craters of black, and in the middle, bright golden glowing orbs. It's on all fours, but it's pretty easy to tell it could start sprinting on two at any second. Huck can see its mouth. It's smiling at him. Its teeth are razor sharp, almost needle-like and long. Between the size of its smile and its teeth, that's most of its face. And where the nose should be, they're just nostril holes, almost like a skull. The creature is very, very thin. Its chest is almost skeletal, and its stomach is caved in as if it hasn't eaten in like 100 years. In pretty stark contrast to its torso, its arms and legs are both very, very long, insanely muscled, and massive. It's also tall, like 10 feet tall. Huck says if he had to guess, he'd say it weighs anywhere between 500 and 600 pounds. It has fur covering some parts of its body, along the tops of its arms, back, and thighs, but the fur is kind of scarce. He locks eyes with this thing, and when he does, he's suddenly watching himself from its perspective. It's as if he is now inside the creature. Now he's not sure if this thing has just taken so many walks with him that it thinks that they're buds and feels comfortable enough to reveal itself, or if it wants to eat him, or possess him, or chat with him. He really doesn't know because he doesn't stick around long enough to find out. Horrified at this monstrosity, Huck finally tears himself away and runs inside the house, locks the door, runs to his room, and screams for his roommate. He pulls down the blinds and refuses to even step out of his bedroom for the rest of the night. He is so terrified he shakes for hours and doesn't sleep that night. And by the way, to make things even more terrifying, Huck says this is not the only cryptid he's encountered or been chased by in Androscoggin County. Now, maybe that area is home to some kind of portal or is right on some ley lines, but Huck will tell you this: that area has the most insanely negative, abrasive, offensive energy. And if you're gonna go walking at night, be careful.